So it's the very next day after installing that new IPR valve, but it looks like it's not working properly. The mechanic, my online mechanic, did tell me also replace the pigtail connector because those things tend to get faulty and they don't function as they're supposed to. I remember that in the summer of 2017, this past summer, my compressor for my AC was doing the same exact thing, and I couldn't figure out why it was doing that. We had a couple of pieces replaced, and I had the compressor and the whole system recharged, but it still wasn't working properly. It wasn't turning on at all. And then I figured it out. It was just a pigtail connector. It was faulty. It wasn't making proper contact. So I think that's what is happening here with this IPR valve. I'm gonna go ahead and get a new one and wire it, and hopefully that works. Hopefully that eliminates this problem. It hasn't been an easy solution to figure this one out. It's definitely a tricky one, so hopefully that works. As for all of those of you who are thinking of buying your own truck, you can see how challenging it is at sometimes. And sometimes, like I've said, you want to quit and you just want to drop everything, but you just have to keep on going, man. So I got my pigtail connector. I'm gonna see if I can replace it with the old one. Upon parking today, I noticed that the coolant level was way below the minimum. Right here is the minimum, and it hasn't been happening as fast as this, but it has been happening before, where I keep adding and adding, and then a jug goes by in a month. But now I just finished a jug in about a week, so it's telling me that it's gushing out faster and faster. I have a problem with this thing leaking, the reservoir. It's leaking now, the reserve tank. I don't know why it is, but it's filling up all the way here when it's running, and then it goes back down all the way here when I park it. I'm gonna have to find out, and that's gonna be another episode. But right now I gotta get to this pigtail. It's one little problem at a time, and we gotta get to all of these problems, obviously. And it goes to show that when it rains, it pours. Sometimes no problems happen after a while, and then it happens again, and then the process repeats, it seems like. We're gonna have to keep an eye out on this for now, and then let me get to the pigtail. So there you have it. It's all wired up, connected, spliced. It was a little tricky to get at, so I had to remove the reservoir. I had to disconnect this copper pipe. You want to be careful with this pipe. It's very soft. If you crush it over here, you will not be able to turn this knob, and that's what happened with me. So learn from that mistake. Be careful with this pipe. I had to disconnect the fuel heater over here, a couple of sensors from the fuel housing to be able to reach back there and do a little bit of splicing and reconnecting. So now I'm going to reconnect it to the IPR valve, and we'll see if the problem persists